Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Awesome. Thank you. All right, so thank you so much for joining us today, especially to our European friends that are joining us. I know it's a little bit late, but it is so wonderful to see your faces. This is now the third time that we've done a virtual version of this traveling exhibit, new exhibit roundtable. So normally we would be all hanging out in a ballroom, sipping cocktails, probably sponsored by the Shipping Monster, with Mac West with his buzzer. And so we're going to try to recreate this as much as possible. I know it's kind of early for some of you, but if you have a cocktail, feel free. There's no judgment here, but we are really excited. You know, despite the pandemic, there have been a ton of brand new traveling exhibits, and we're really excited to share all of those with you. So this is put on in conjunction with the Traveling Exhibit Network, which we're with the American Alliance of Museums. We're doing this a little outside of the conference this time around. But with us today, we have Heather Farnworth with Ontario Science Center. She's online.
Hi.
AJ Daly, who is on a plane right now. She's with Lucy Creative. We have Debbie Donahue with Imagine Exhibitions.
Everyone.
Sarah Myers with the Children's Museum of Indianapolis, and
Hi, everyone.
with Little Ray's Nature Center.
Hi, everyone.
And I'm Cynthia Brown. I'm with Museum EXP, and we're so happy to have all of you here. And our lovely partners here, I'll hand this over to Mac.
Well, thank you. And we're delighted to be working together with the Traveling Exhibits Network to bring this biannual event to you. And as Cynthia was saying, it's an organizational, I won't use the word nightmare, I will say experience to once again get us all together and to find a time and all of that sort of thing. But we're looking forward to hosting this again, and certainly would want to mention to everybody to take a look at the ILE website because of the database of traveling exhibits that's available there, where you can post your exhibits as well as you can look for exhibits that you might want to put into your institution. And I will be moderating the panel, and the significant thing is that we have the list so we know when everybody comes on. We will be going for about an hour and a half. And then the limit, as has been expressed clearly for everybody, is 2 minutes. And I have my timer right beside me here. And I will make sure that we know when 2 minutes are up, because we need to make progress and get as far into this list as we can. We know we won't make it all the way through, but we want everybody to be careful and respective of those who are to come after them. So Cynthia, I guess we're ready to start.
Awesome. Yeah, before we jump in, we've been busy during quarantine.
Yeah, so the TEN group broke out into some subgroups during this past year and created some resources for the larger Traveling Exhibition Network group, and this is one of them. This is a snapshot of the value of traveling exhibitions, as you can see. And it talks about the different areas and sectors that traveling exhibitions bring value to. This is a document that is living on the AAM-TEN website. We hope that everybody finds it very helpful. Again, it was created by a group of volunteers, so thank you to everyone on this call who helped to create this.
Great. And I just wanted to say before you put this slide up, Cynthia, to thank the TEN board and Mac and Colby ILE. This is a volunteer position. We all have day jobs and we're all trying to do a lot of things, and it's a lot of work. So thank you to my fellow board members and to ILE for pulling this together. And also all of these great things that Debbie just showed us, this value of traveling exhibits and all of the things that we've been doing all year to try and engage and keep everybody networked. So I just wanted to thank everybody. So, okay. Now the next slide, I just wanted to quickly honor our lovely treasured Kathy Spencer, who some of you may not know, but many of you do. Kathy has retired, actually officially the end of June, but and she's been working a little bit this month, but she's officially leaving us, and we want to thank her for her many years of service. Here are some pictures of Kathy when she started 40 years ago, down in the bottom, to some more recent pictures. So Kathy may have snuck on here. So Kathy, if you're there, we love you. We're going to miss you. But just wanted to acknowledge all of your, many years of networking and coming to conferences and being our friends and colleagues. And we're going to miss you.
So with that, we'll move into the meat of our afternoon here and start out with Debbie Donahue. And Debbie, I am turning on the clock.
Thank you, Mac. Thank you, Cynthia, and everybody from the 10 board. My name is Debbie Donahue. Next slide, please. To start, we have the all-new Harry Potter, the exhibition. It will celebrate the films and stories of Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, and the expanded wizarding world. We are looking for host venues that have a minimum of 15 to 20,000 square feet of space. Next, another new exhibition we're working on is Trolls, which is with the recycle art activist Thomas Dambo. It's an outdoor exhibition, so if any of you guys have some outdoor space and might be interested, we'd love to talk to you about it. Next slide, please. We are also creating a new dinosaur exhibition called Ice Dinosaurs, which displays newly discovered Arctic dwelling dinosaurs built around groundbreaking discoveries that are challenging the traditional understanding of paleontology. Visitors will learn about unique adaptations of polar dinosaurs, actual fossils, and museum-grade casts, and understand the extremely challenging working and living conditions in northern Alaska. Next slide, please. We have a variety of brick-based exhibitions from award-winning artist Sean Kenny. Our most recent one is Animal Superpowers, which invites guests to see the amazing superpowers that are being utilized by everyday animals. It uses STEAM concepts to introduce young budding artists and engineers to new ideas and methods of creating. It opens this weekend at the Milwaukee Zoo in their indoor space. Next slide, please. Finally, Dinosaurs in Motion features 14 life-size dinosaur sculptures made entirely of metal that can be activated by visitors in a variety of ways, leveraging the popularity of dinosaurs. Next slide, please. Imagine has a portfolio of over 40 traveling exhibitions. I do also want to mention that Earth Matters is a brand new exhibition coming to North America this fall. It's getting booked up quite quickly. It is in 2 languages, English and Spanish. So if that exhibition is of interest, we presented on it at the last event. We'd love to talk to you about that exhibition or any of our 40 exhibitions. Thank you.
Okay, and now we'll move on to Shane McConnell, I'm sorry.
Hey guys, it's actually Paul Goulet. I'm going to be stealing the thunder from my buddy Shane, but all good. Mac, thank you guys so much. And thank you for putting this on, Mac and Cynthia and everybody else at the 10 board. Next slide, please. As many of you who know us, I'm Paul Goulet. I'm the founder and CEO of Little Rays Nature Centers, and we do traveling exhibits like just about everybody else who's presenting here, which have live animals. And we really do offer a full turnkey solution. Cynthia always tells me that I don't present that part of it enough. We have fully staffed exhibits that come in. We have staff on the floor, open to close daily with a variety of themes. Handle all shipping, logistics, permits, everything else. Our exhibits are fully bilingual in Spanish and English. and really offer a turnkey solution for fun, interactive educational learning that very much is a turnkey solution for an organization looking for this type of exhibit. Next slide, please. We have a couple of very exciting things on the horizon. Unfortunately, this is still just a mock-up, but as of next Friday, it will be real. This is arriving in Fernbank Museum in Georgia tomorrow. It is our Nature's Ninjas exhibit, which was an existing exhibit that is been redeveloped and is going to be off the charts beautiful. So we're super excited about letting people know it's an exhibit that celebrates self-defenses in the animal kingdom and is anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 square feet. Next slide, please. Our other really successful collaboration, or at least acquisition, was getting the wildlife rescue exhibit from our friends at Science North. This is now open in Cleveland, the Museum of Natural History. If anyone's interested in seeing it, we've taken the world-class exhibit first developed by Science North and added live animal content to it. Now, next slide, please. We have a few other exhibits available, including coming up our turtles exhibits, Probably the Slowest, Under the Canopy, and Frogs. And I don't know that this slide made it in. And we have a wonderful new partnership with Minotaur Mazes and Kelly and his team to combine some of his exhibits with ours in partnership. Next slide. This is our team. Thank you guys very much. Really miss being at the conference. Have a great day. Thanks for this.
Okay, Natalie.
Thank you, Mac. I think we'll launch right into it. The next slide, please. Can we have the next? Thank you, Cynthia. So this exhibition is about how your mind works, hence the name, how you make decisions, how you're influenced in your decision-making, how your emotions work. It explores your unconscious bias, and it looks at your memories. I won't be reading any of the slides. Our minds are wonderful things, and you can do two things at once. You can read while I chat. Next slide, please. Some of your minds by now may be remembering a tiny bit of this from our previous presentation, or from listening to Kathy or Heather talk about it, or you may be remembering or have impressions from when you saw it at Aztec in 2019. Next slide, please. How you remember what I spoke about before, or if you saw the exhibition at Aztec, as with many things in our lives, is highly dependent on what is going on in your mind at the time. I'll come back to this in a little bit, but right now, about 40% of you are thinking, geez, she just presented this a little while ago, get on with it. For you, the pandemic has been compressed, time has been compressed. All it seems to go by in a flash, and no time has passed since the fall. For another 40% of you, your mind will be saying, what is she talking about? It was so long ago, I don't remember anything. For you, time has stretched. I'm sure that most of you have realized that time and your mind has been operating differently during the pandemic. Researchers have been studying what is happening, and our minds are reacting differently. Our perception of time and how we lay down memories have changed. Next slide, please. But what you remember about anything really, but specifically thinking about MindWorks right now in terms of what we've said, or you've seen the show, is highly dependent on what's going on in your mind at the time. Your emotions at the time, who you were with, what you were talking about, who you were eating or drinking, the smell in the air, all of these things highly influence our memories. Next slide, please. I hope that this little tidbit will encourage you to explore our MindWorks exhibition to find out about how your mind works. Reach out to me if you want to chat about this fascinating subject. Thank you very much.
Okay, and moving right along, Sarah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah from the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. Next slide, please. We're taking bookings for our newest traveling exhibit, Barbie, You Can Be Anything, The Experience. The exhibit welcomes visitors with the inspirational story of Barbie creator Ruth Handler, variety of career dolls from the past 6 decades, and highlights female role models who have broken barriers. The core exhibit allows families to explore over 15 careers through hands-on and touchscreen interactives, themed role play environments, and photo ops. The tour will begin the summer of 22 after its debut in Indy. The exhibit has been so popular in Indianapolis that we keep extending its run. The exhibit opened last August and doubled our attendance numbers, and we've had nothing but positive feedback from visitors and the media. Throughout this PowerPoint, I've included links to our virtual walkthrough for some of our exhibits. So once you receive the PDF, you can go back to these links to explore the exhibits virtually. Next slide, please. If you're looking for a fall or spring of 22 exhibit to boost your attendance, we have some great opportunities. Both of our Lego exhibitions are available. Our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle exhibit is available, and so is our DC Superheroes exhibit. These are all deeply discounted for the fall and the spring. These are rare discounts, so please get them while you can. Our current tour, Dora and Diego Let's Explore, is ending this year. The brand is evergreen, and Nick plans to put some resources behind her over the next few years. If there's enough interest in the market for this exhibition, we're looking at doing a slight refresh with new content, a smaller footprint, and a cheaper original fee. In order to move forward with this update, we need to ensure that this would be of interest to venues. Please send a note to me if you think your venue would be interested in a smaller, cheaper version of Dora and Diego at some point over the next 3 years. Otherwise, she'll sadly be retiring. Next slide, please. This is our full calendar of availability that you can check out once you receive the presentation in the PDF form. Please let me know if you have interest in any of these available or held time slots. Next slide, please. And then finally, we're also thinking of retiring our Lego exhibitions from the road. So if you have interest in a permanent display or acquiring components from these exhibits, such as models, build tables, bricks, cabinetry, please give me a ring. And lastly, we have a lot of other great interactive cases, exhibit components that we no longer need that are for sale or free. If you have interest in learning about these items, please email us at trash2treasures@childrensmuseum.org. All right, thanks everyone.
Okay, we'll move quickly along to now Denver. Jody.
Thank you, Mac. It's such a pleasure to see you all. I miss seeing you all face to face. I had two things I wanted to share today. First, for those of you that may not be familiar with the Denver Museum of Nature and Science as a venue, it's a large museum located in North Denver, serving the metropolitan area and Front Range of 2.9 million people, as well as being the largest in the largest metropolitan area in a 9-state region. The museum has 2 galleries dedicated to traveling exhibitions. One supports exhibitions of 7,000 to 13,000 square feet. The other gallery supports exhibitions of 4,000 to 7,000 square feet, or they can be operated together to support 20,000 square foot exhibitions. The museum explores 4 to 5 traveling exhibitions a year, upcharged and non-upcharged, based on natural sciences and the natural world, on STEM and STEAM topics, and on both ancient and contemporary cultures, as well as looking for opportunities for experimental type experiences, not always exhibitions, focused around that same mission. Prior to COVID, the Denver Museum of Nature and Science had an annual attendance of around 2 million and a large and loyal membership. So that's my pitch to say why we're a great venue. The second thing I wanted to share is that I, Jody, have left the Denver Museum of Nature and Science just about a week ago. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to have you all update your files and lists to Kizra Sullivan. She is in the updated PDF that will come out, and I'll put her name in the chat in just a second. And she's our fabulous liaison to our selection committee, who is very excited about connecting with all of you and continuing to host your fabulous traveling exhibitions and to collaborate with you in the future. So here's a full-hearted and absolute, bittersweet thank you to all of you for 22 great years of collaborations, conversations, and creativity. It's been a wonderful pleasure working with all of you. Kizra, I think, is on the call if you want to pop on, Kizra.
Hey everybody, thank you so much. And yes, we're absolutely going to miss Jody, and it's sad to see her go. So we're glad to be able to collaborate with you all as well.
Okay, well, let's move to the other side of the Atlantic and have Hannah tell us about the British Library.
Hi, yes, thank you. I'm Hannah from the British Library in London, and I'm delighted to tell you about a couple of exhibitions we have for hire. Next slide, please. Firstly, following on from our successful Harry Potter, A History of Magic exhibition, we have a fantasy literature show for tour in 2024. It will include 120 items across the whole fantasy genre, ranging from books, films, video games, and artworks. The content is still in development, but listed here are some of the authors we hope to include. The exhibition will be divided into 4 main themes. Next slide, please. These are fairy and folk tales, epics and quests, the weird and uncanny, worlds and portals. And in this final section, we also look at the phenomenon of fandom itself as a world created out of fantasy, and conclude with an exploration of cosplay and convention culture. Next slide, please. I'm very excited to tell you about our second exhibition on offer, a special collaboration between two great British institutions. In Search of the Author sheds new light on some of the best loved figures in English literature. For the first time, intimate handwritten manuscripts, letters and diaries, as well as rare first editions from the British Library, will be seen alongside outstanding portraits of authors from the National Portrait Gallery. Highlights will include the only portrait of Shakespeare painted in his lifetime, shown alongside the first folio edition of his plays, the only known portrait of Jane Austen, and the portrait of the Bronte sisters painted by their brother, along with their original manuscripts and letters. Rare photographs and original paintings of children's authors, including Lewis Carroll, A.A. Milne, Beatrix Potter, and J.K. Rowling, will be joined by original drafts for stories such as The Wind in the Willows. The exhibition investigates authorial identities and literary production and consumption. Other themes include originality, celebrity, media, and money across the centuries from Tudor times to the present. We have 2 slots left from 2025. So next slide, please. Do get in touch, touringexhibitions@bl.uk if you'd like to hear more. Thank you.
Okay, Catherine.
Catherine is on vacation, a well-deserved vacation this week, so I am going to take over for her. Thanks, Mac. Greetings, y'all. Will do. I'm Daniel Guyton, he, him. I'm the traveling exhibit manager for the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry. It's great to see so many familiar faces, and I hope everyone's having a happy Wednesday. Well, let's talk about some exhibits. Next slide, please. Allegramente is a 1,500 square foot traveling exhibit that explores early childhood brain development. This exhibit provides early learners with engaging activities to explore while providing information to caregivers about their little one's cognitive growth. Allegramente was made possible thanks to a SIPO award through the National Institute of Health and is buttressed via research from Vroom to provide brain boosters for your early learners. This is also the first bilingual exhibit that OMSI has created that will lead with Spanish. And it's also really cute. Next slide, please. Snow, Tiny Crystal's Global Impact will take your visitors through an immersive journey exploring the creation, life cycle, and uses of snow. This exhibit was produced in collaboration with the University of Alaska at Fairbanks, thanks to awards from the National Science Foundation. Snow will excite and engage visitors in both warm and cool climates, showing that we all rely on this resource in so many ways. Next slide, please. Thanks. Designing Our Tomorrow is the current working title for our next new exhibit. DOT, as we affectionately call it, will introduce audiences to the subject of biomimicry and how learning from nature now can produce positive impacts for the future. DOT is a co-developed exhibit building on the expertise from Biomimicry Institute, our friends at the Fleet Science Center, and advising from Adelante Mujeres, a local nonprofit that seeks to provide holistic education and empowerment opportunities for Latina women and their families. Next slide, please. And then finally, like many of us in the traveling exhibit community, we have some 11th hour rentals that are available for fall 2021 and beyond. If you're looking to fill a gallery and get a good deal on a quality OMSI exhibit in the upcoming year, please reach out to Catherine Diaz or me to discuss these opportunities. Next slide, please. Finally, OMSI has some renting of its own to do. We're currently looking for a 13,000 or so square foot exhibit to host starting in October 2022. If you think our gallery would be a perfect fit for your exhibit, please feel free to reach out to us. Thanks. Have a great day.
Okay, and now let's move on to Michelle.
Hi, yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Mac. Hi, I'm Michelle Wright. I'm the traveling exhibit sales manager at the Minnesota Children's Museum. Slide. With 40 years of experience, Minnesota Children's Museum is the leading producer of exhibit rentals and has the largest collection of children's traveling exhibits on the road. Our exhibits provide organizations with highly immersive educational experiences that boost attendance, engage visitors, and spark learning. Slide. Here's our Spring 22 availability. In Wildcats Creature Power, visitors are invited to explore animal habitats from around the globe, discover incredible creature powers, and go on a mission to foil the villain's nefarious plans. With Storyland, a trip through childhood favorites includes cherished children's books brought to life, including Tale of a Peter Rabbit, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and more. Dinosaurs, Land of Fire and Ice is an exhibit that we have in our museum right now, and is just a timeless classic. In Thomas and Friends Explore the Rails, visitors step into the island of Sodor, where they climb aboard a large model of Thomas the Tank Engine, race trains along a giant track, and work together. Slide, please. Our newest exhibit, Shaun the Sheep Flock This Way, is available for summer of 2022. Explore the antics of Shaun and his pals on Mossy Bottom Farm, where visitors can drive a truck, get active in the barn, and create their own stop-motion animation. Run, Jump, Fly, Adventures in Action is an exciting exhibit that gets kids active. And in Framed, Step into Art, visitors enter a world in which paintings leap off the canvas and children are invited inside to interact with the art. Slide. We've joined forces with Aardman, the studio behind Wallace and Gromit and Shaun the Sheep, to develop two new exhibits, Shaun the Sheep Flock This Way and Wallace and Gromit Get Cracking. The tour will begin at our museum in Minnesota with both exhibits combined as sheer genius, and rental availability begins in the summer of 2022. Slide. If you have any questions or would like to reach out about booking, you can contact us here or visit our website at www.mcm.org/travel. Thanks.
Okay, moving to Pittsburgh, Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel Mastromarino, Children's Museum of Pittsburgh. Today we'll feature 3 exhibits that have upcoming availability, as I'll share some photos of our newest traveling exhibit. Slide, please. The Pigeon Comes to Your City Here, a Mo Willems exhibit, and literally your city will get plugged into that logo. This exhibit is full of laughs, from a phone booth that makes you sound like Piggy, to a catapult that actually launches hot dogs at the pigeon, to a fashion runway for the naked mole rat. And if you are a fan of Mo Willems, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Contact me for special pricing for during this Pigeon to Your City for fall of 2021. Next slide. Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, a GURASSIC exhibit, is available for fall 2022. This exhibit invites visitors to step into Daniel Tiger's world and join him as his friends explore the neighborhood. Visitors work together to solve problems, use their imagination, and play along with Daniel's singable strategies. Next slide, please. Rube Goldberg, The World of Hilarious Invention. This invites visitors to activate and create crazy chain reaction contraptions that use everyday objects to complete simple tasks in the most overcomplicated, inefficient, and hilarious ways possible. Get used to kind of some type of failure as you continue to troubleshoot and make these machines work. Contact me to learn more about pricing for fall 2022. Next slide. And our newest exhibit is Emotions at Play with Pixar's Inside Out, which will premiere in Pittsburgh in just a couple weeks in June 2021 when we reopen to the public. This exhibit will begin touring in January 2022 and spots are filling up. This exhibit offers interactive experiences that help visitors learn about the important role emotions, memory, and imagination play in our everyday lives. Hands-on and digital experiences focus on the 5 emotions featured in the film: joy, sadness, anger, disgust, and fear. And visitors learn to recognize emotions and explore the ways that we express and manage our own emotions. This exhibit was created by the Children's Museum of Pittsburgh in collaboration with Pixar Animation Studio. And like I said, it will begin touring in January 2022. Next slide. If you have questions or would like more information, please feel free to reach out to me at exhibits@pittsburghkids.org or visit our website, pittsburghkidsdesign.org. Thank you.
Okay, moving quickly, Lisa.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here on behalf of Innovate Innovative Exhibitions and Agency 808 to present to you Crayola Idea Works, the Creativity Exhibition. This brand new exhibition recently launched at the Franklin Institute, and the exhibition continues to receive very strong attendance and positive reviews. The percentage of positive reviews puts the exhibition directly in the Franklin's top 4 traveling exhibitions to date. For over 100 years, Crayola has been synonymous with creativity, and this exhibition reminds us all that we are creative. Creativity is a skill that must be learned and developed, as the world desperately needs creative problem solving to address the challenges of today and tomorrow. Next. Visitors in the exhibition practice their creative problem solving skills and then put those skills to the test in solving real life current scientific challenges. It's designed to be fully turnkey and is appealing to people of all ages. Core demo of 6 to 12-year-olds and tweens, and we're seeing entire families engaging and also return visitors. Next. In a customized visitor driven journey, an RFID wristband provides visitors checkpoints and tracks their creative strengths. Next. The exhibition has 3 key areas. The idea workshop, where visitors hone in on their creative problem-solving skills to identify, define, explore, and assess. Next. The Colorverse, where real science is rooted. Here, visitors are faced with real-life challenges in 3 different zones: on land, under the sea, and in space. And then they are confronted to find solutions. Next. And the grand finale. Here is where the visitors' creative strengths are finally revealed. As the visitors exit, they're encouraged to continue to make their mark on the world. Time periods are filling up. Don't miss out. Reserve today. Get in touch with me. Thank you.
Okay, well, let's move back across the ocean. Maren?
Thanks, Mark. Well, hi, my name is Maren. I'm with the Science Museum in London, and I'm here to talk to you about Our Future Planet, which is our latest contemporary science exhibition. The exhibition is now open in London, and we're having it coincide with the COP26, which the UK is hosting later this year. Next slide, please. The exhibition talks about whether carbon capture can actually fight climate change, whether it's a solution to the problem as well. And we're specifically keen to talk about carbon dioxide, obviously, and its impact on climate. We want visitors to walk away from the exhibition and be confident to talk about climate change mitigation as an example. We tour this exhibition not with physical structures, but as a digital pack, meaning all the content assets, such as images, such as videos, such as animations, graphics, everything is coming as a digital package, which the hosting venue then locally can use to recreate the exhibition for their own audiences. Next slide, please. There's 4 different sections in the exhibition. The first one, as I said, is the introduction about carbon dioxide and climate in general. We're moving then to the sort of like natural absorbing system of, not like forest, of course, as a natural way of absorbing carbon dioxide, and obviously the reason why it's so key to maintain forests moving forward. Then the next 2 sections is about the new technologies and strategies in regards to carbon dioxide. And as an example, removing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, as well as making sure we are actually intercepting it before it even gets released into the atmosphere. It's really fascinating stuff, actually. Next slide, please. And obviously, I mean, carbon capture is not the single solution to the problem of climate change, but equally, I think it's actually a nice change to have an exhibition that brings a positive spin to this, because many things need to pull together for us to be able to have a chance against climate change. But equally, all these different assets, such as like the animations, the film, the interactives, the content, scientist interviews, all of this brings a bit of a sort of positive asset to this sort of subject, which is quite fascinating, which is quite nice if you ask me. For more information on the exhibition, you see my email details there at the bottom, so happy to talk to you. And again, come and visit us in London if you get a chance. Thank you.
Well, let's go right next door to the Natural History Museum in London. Felicity, are you here? Is she here? Maren, are you aware of her?
Well, I'm not sitting in the office now. It's just past 9 o'clock, so I'm not sure. I'm sure she's.
Sorry, I'm here. I'm the head of touring programs. Pauline, I can take over if Felicity is having technical problems. Should I start then? Next slide, please. So as some of you may know, we've got a fantastic collaboration with Warner Brothers and the BBC, premiering Fantastic Beasts, The Wonder of Nature. And that's open in London right now, reopened last week, and we'll be touring next year. So that's for spaces from 8,000 square feet about. Next slide, please. Jurassic Oceans, Monsters of the Deep is also premiering next year in Chicago, and that's also for spaces from about 8,000 square feet, or actually a little bit under, sorry. And that's a great exhibition about finding out more about those Jurassic Oceans at the time when dinosaurs were ruling the land. There's objects, real fossils, cast and models. A lot of them are touch specimens. And there's also some great interactives. Next slide, please. So you can see some of the interactives on the screen here, and there's also educational material going with this exhibition. It's available for the autumn of 2022. So if you want to know more, and since it will be in Chicago, not too far around, please do get in touch with us. And next slide, please. And to finish our international photography competition, Wildlife Photographer of the Year, which is available in two versions, a light box versions, which you can see a photo on the PowerPoint, and a dye bond version. There's availability all year round because we have several sets. So if you're interested, do get in touch as well. Thank you very much.
Okay, and Matt, you get magic number 13.
There we go. Well, hi everyone, I'm Matt Heenan from the American Museum of Natural History. I've got 3 exhibitions to share in only 2 minutes, so next slide, please. Oh, I got out of order. Okay, currently in development, our newest traveling exhibition, Sharks, examines the fascinating and mysterious world of sharks and investigates the breadth of shark diversity, the challenges and benefits of humans and sharks coexisting, and the role that sharks play in ocean ecosystems. Going far beyond the stereotype of the terrifying hunter, this highly immersive exhibition includes an ancient shark section featuring a life-size megalodon, a parade of sharks with approximately 50 life-size models, a massive projection wall, and a hammerhead shark gesture mapping interactive. Sharks opens in New York later this year and will be touring in 2023. Next slide, please. We're very excited to announce for the first time here today that we're collaborating with the Canadian Museum of Nature to tour their wonderful exhibition, Planet Ice, Mysteries of the Ice Ages. Planet Ice is an immersive, interactive exhibition that examines ice ages through a new lens, exploring how throughout time, cold and ice have shaped the Earth and impacted its inhabitants. The story is connected to the present by posing thought-provoking questions about how changes in ice affect our world. Through engaging exhibits, visitors will learn how humans are not only part of the problem, but are also part of the solution. The exhibition's around 7,000 square feet and it can be adapted for other spaces. We're just starting to build the tour now, so it's a great time to reach out and get your ideal slot. Next slide, please. The next exhibition is our newest one, The Nature of Color. This is a particularly beautiful and family-friendly exhibition that allows visitors to explore in depth the science, meaning, and history of colors in nature and across human cultures and in our personal lives. The open layout of the exhibition encourages color play and experimentation and features several large-scale experiences, including a gray illusion room, an immersive digital projection experience, and an interactive game show environment. The exhibition's around 7,000 to 8,000 square feet and will start touring from spring 2022. Last slide, please. We've got a whole lot of other content options. So please, whatever you're looking for, please do reach out. We'd love to help. Thank you.
Okay, Evelyn. Is she here, Evelyn?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Okay, next slide, please. All right, I'm thrilled to announce our newest traveling exhibition, Death, Life's Mystery, is currently in development and will begin touring in fall 23. I'll share more info in the following slides. Apsáalooke Women and Warriors is a dynamic exhibition of historical works and contemporary art envisioned by Apsáalooke curator Nina Sanders, available for the final 3 slots of its limited 5-venue tour. The all-new Sue the T-Rex experience highlights the world's most famous dinosaur with a light show on a new cast, Triceratops cast, lifelike fleshy suit, and more. Available 22 and 23. Antarctic Dinosaurs immerses visitors in the thrilling hunt for fossils in one of the world's harshest environments. Available fall 22 and beyond. The Machine Inside Biomechanics is retiring in January 22 following a final presentation at the field. We're selling the exhibition components, so please reach out for more information and pricing. Next. Death, Life's Mystery is a 7,500 square foot exhibition of artifacts, specimens, and immersive media experiences that explores how life and death are part of a cyclical process. The tone of the exhibition is respectful but positive with moments of humor. Since everything and everyone eventually dies, encountering death is universal. The exhibition is organized around an ever-changing multimedia installation called the Nexus, a central space where visitors choose their own path to explore big questions about death. Next. Featuring over 100 objects and specimens from the field's collections, Death investigates objects through cultural and biological lenses to understand death from multiple perspectives. Visitors will be free to engage in participatory experiences that invite them to reflect on death on their own or with others. Next. The exhibition highlights human interventions that transform bodies after death, such as mummification and a mushroom death suit. Objects like this Coptic textile and Kuchimilco figure invite visitors to explore questions about the afterlife, while replications of celebrations of ancestors and a body of a whale on the seafloor provide context for how our deaths affect others. Next. We're excited to introduce the Death exhibition to you and are eager to build out the tour. Please contact me or my colleague Chris McGarity for more information about any of our traveling exhibitions. Thanks so much, and we look forward to working with you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly with Minotaur Mazes. We're back in action. Our team is hard at work, helping our hosts pick up where we all left off. A year ago in this forum, I said, we want you to thrive. Let us help. Well, so many of you did. Our exhibits are fully booked this summer. Thank you. And already the responses are glowing. Here's a few we received just this week. Next slide. We love Minotaur Mazes. Each exhibit has been a great experience. We're confident it will be a great summer as we come out of the challenges of the pandemic. And another, visitors love Amazing Pollinators and its immersive game-like learning. You see, we love helping you thrive, and your visitors love it too. Next slide, please. An exciting bit of news, Amazing Pollinators was honored with a prestigious Thea Award. This deeply engaging exhibit fills 4,000 to 7,000 square feet and has openings starting in 2022. Next slide. In an effort to enhance our outdoor offerings, we overlaid Mission Safari, our endangered species exhibit, with a biodiversity program, doubling its content and interactives. It opens next week. Now, we're creating a botanical version called Mission Botanica, which opens next summer in Cleveland. Finally, we're suffusing this outdoor experience with light to create Mission Safari Glow, a high-action experience for winter lighted events. Next slide, please. These join our 10 other exhibits ranging in size from 1,500 to 9,000 square feet, 7 of which are priced from $30,000 to $50,000 for 3 months, a smart way to welcome visitors back. Next slide. So while we are fully booked this summer, we have openings this fall and into 2022. Let us help you emerge from this challenging year. Your guests will thank you.
Okay, on to Mark.
Hey, everybody. I'm Mark Greenberg of Evergreen Exhibitions. Next. First up, Math Alive. It's new and improved. It's a highly interactive exhibit addressing the M in STEM. The exhibit reveals the math and things kids love to do and answers that question, when will I ever use this stuff? We've added 2 new interactives, forecasting extreme weather and analyzing big data, and stopping cyber threats in our cybersecurity activity. Those are 2 very relevant topics these days. New floor plans allow the exhibit to scale from 3,000 square feet all the way to over 6,000 square feet. Next. This is Above and Beyond. It's our ultimate aviation aerospace exhibition where visitors can design and test fly their own supersonic jet, take an elevator ride to space, and even capture and eliminate space junk. New floor plan sizes now can fit in actually 3,000 square feet, all the way up to 7,000 square feet. Next. So, hey, we're super excited about our partnership with the Australian Museum, which is Australia's first public museum. We're touring 3 of their traveling exhibitions. First is Spiders from Fear to Fascinations. Spiders definitely get a bad rap, but they've been around longer than dinosaurs and are really important for our ecosystem. This exhibit helps bust some of the myths and biases against spiders. The exhibit contains immersive environments, interactive games, augmented reality, and even specimens if you want them. Floor plans span from 5,000 square feet to 7,500 square feet. Next. We're touring 2 other Australian Museum exhibitions. Tyrannosaurs, Meet the Family focuses on, yes, tyrannosaurs, which actually come in many sizes, some big, some very small. But it does feature one of the largest T-Rexes ever discovered, Scotty, whose shadow does the Charleston dance, among many other movements, but I think he really likes to dance. Along with real specimens, there are computer interactives to help build the family tree of tyrannosaurs, and AR activities that will have tyrannosaurs running through your gallery as well as your local cityscape. Floor plans for this exhibit scale from 6,500 square feet to 10,000 square feet. And then Sharks will open at the Australian Museum next year and begin its tour in 2023. And who better to create an exhibition on sharks than the Australian Museum? They also get a pretty bad rap in popular culture, but they're so important to the ocean's health. The exhibit will also feature many cultural stories that sharks have deep connections to many cultures. Hope to see you at our AAM booth or just reach out to us. Next. And that's us. See you soon. Bye.
Okay, Carrie, you're right there.
Here I am. Hi, everyone. I'm presenting 3 exhibitions today. Next slide, please. Can you go to the next slide, Cynthia? I'll just go. The Barbican in London enlisted our support touring an awesome and robust manga exhibition. Primarily an art, cultural, and historical exhibition, the collection of work spans the entire manga timeline, from the 19th century to today. Mangasia, Wonderlands of Asian Comics, has already delighted hundreds of thousands of visitors in 3 venues in France and in Italy. I'm looking for display partners in the US and Canada as early as 2022. Next slide. From our partners at the Australian National Maritime Museum and Avatar Alliance, James Cameron Challenging the Deep is now touring the US. We just installed at the Durham Museum in Omaha. Next year, we'll celebrate the 10th anniversary of Jim Cameron's record-breaking solo dive to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. The exhibition follows Jim's childhood passions to the bottom of our oceans, examining advancements in technology and engineering that allowed for deep sea journeys to the Titanic, Bismarck, and in the Deep Sea Challenger. Venues have the opportunity to screen the complimentary film and display the Deep Sea Challenger itself. I'm looking for venues in summer 2022 and onward. Next slide. While my Melbourne colleagues are finishing the construction of our hockey exhibition, our project managers are hard at work securing supportive partnerships to be announced in coming weeks. This will allow for even more support to ensure our venue's success in telling their local hockey stories. The exhibition starts with a Zamboni and ends with a Stanley Cup Interactive. It's full of relevant objects, artifacts, and interactives that demonstrate the science and evolution of ice hockey. The exhibition premieres at Pacific Science Center in October, and we're looking for hosts starting next March. Next slide. Now my colleagues and I are looking for museum partners to create new touring exhibitions with. We have lots of ideas and would love to hear yours. Next slide. And just a quick note of thanks to everyone for supporting our industry. I know it hasn't been hard for venues, or it hasn't been easy for venues or for providers this past year. So take care, everybody.
Okay, Troy.
Thanks, Mac. Hi, everyone. I'd first like to say thank you to everyone at 10 and ILE again for hosting this wonderful event. And it's great to see so many of you again here today. And who knew we'd be doing this virtually for the second time in a row, other than maybe Nostradamus. And anyway, next slide, please. Science North has been shamelessly promoting the science of Guinness World Records at every event possible for the past year, and I'm sure you're all sick of hearing me, but I'm happy to announce that it's made its US premiere at the Perot Museum in Dallas in March, and the attendance and visitor response has been incredible. The exhibit is now booked until fall 2022. There's the most amazing STEM-based interactive experience that they've been craving since the start of the pandemic. Then this 6,000 square foot exhibit is for you. In fact, according to social media monitoring platform Conviva, in 2020, Guinness World Records was ranked 7th most followed company overall and the 1st most followed brand on TikTok. And if your budget's been tightened like ours, we have a corporate sponsorship program to help promote corporate sponsorships that include a Guinness World Record adjudication for the sponsor. Next page, please. We have an exciting announcement to share with you today. Science North, in partnership with Kingsman, Discovery Inc., and Science Center Singapore, is now touring a brand new traveling exhibit called Living Worlds, an Animal Planet experience. Living Worlds is a first of its kind Animal Planet experience for discovery, incorporating never before seen footage to narrate stories of the natural world. The exhibition seeks to entertain and educate visitors, unique immersive experiences, and foster environmental consciousness through everyday action. Next page, please. For those of you that are looking for an exhibit this spring or fall, we currently have the following traveling exhibits available. Happy to speak to you about those. Next page, please. And Science North, I'm not sure if you're aware, does many other things, including producing multimedia, immersive experiences, tour managing traveling exhibits for other partners. We develop traveling exhibits and do consulting and much other work. We'd love to work with you and look forward to maybe speaking at another time. Please reach out. Thank you.
Okay, Jeff.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jeff Benham with the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago. We wish you are all here with us, but hopefully another time. Next slide, please. We are still traveling in Mirror Maze Embers in Nature, which is a 6,000 to 8,000 square foot exhibition that reveals and explains mathematical patterns that are in nature, the body, and culture. Dozens of STEAM-based activities, an immersive intro film, and mathematical artifacts. A mirror maze will change the way your guests look at the world around them, and they'll realize patterns are virtually everywhere. Of course, the centerpiece is a 2,000 square foot giant mirror maze with a sea of triangle chambers that will make you feel like you've stepped inside a kaleidoscope. There's secret content and the best options for taking super selfies. Next, please. But the best part of the show is the extremely affordable options that we have for that. Especially given budget reductions, $55,000 per month, which includes inbound shipping, plus inbound shipping, excuse me, but that rental fee includes the setup and removal team that we send with it. We've had great responses so far, and it's opening in Denver next week, and they've done a great ad campaign, some assets out there. Next, we're excited to offer and leverage our annual Black Creativity program that has been around for 50 years. This annual exhibition has a new content theme each year. And the first offering will be focusing on Black architects and their strong presence throughout history and how this tradition of innovation continues. Black Creativity Architecture is a DIY exhibition that can be customized to fit any space and budget. It's a great vehicle to highlight local architects and inspire local youth. This digital print-on-demand exhibit has flexible space requirements and allows your venue to add suggested interactives and local content. Next. The digital kit consists of digital assets, including the content panels and 25 architect profiles, media, and educational material. It can be adapted to a variety of venues, including community centers, libraries, universities, and of course, museums. And at $20,000 per month, it's a great opportunity to bring timely content into any type of museum. We will be debuting it this fall at Chicago's Architecture Biennale. Please reach out to us or stop by our virtual booth next week. Thank you.
Okay, and now Teresa.
Hi, everyone. I am Teresa Ziegler, Director of Museum Exhibits. Thanks for having me here.
For more than 50 years, landscape photographer Clyde Butcher has been documenting the untouched landscapes our planet has to offer. Clyde's intimate connection with nature has inspired him to be an advocate for the land, which does not have a voice of its own. One of the things that sets Clyde apart from many other photographers is his mural-sized darkroom photographs, extraordinary in depth, tonality, and clarity that immerse the viewer within each scene. You don't see the photographs, you experience them. Through his images, Clyde hopes one can fall in love with the environment and instill the desire to save it. Next. Clyde has captured the essence of our natural spaces and treasured landscapes in his exhibit, America the Beautiful. This exhibit presents the diverse places of wilderness found throughout America and allows us to appreciate the beauty across our land. This includes 43 black and white photographs ranging in size from 13 by 18 inches to 4 by 7 feet. This exhibit requires approximately 240 to 400 linear feet. Next. Cuba, the Natural Beauty. Clyde was commissioned by the United Nations to create a portfolio of the mountainous lands of Cuba. His photography transcends political boundaries, challenging us to work together to protect natural places across the globe. This includes 26 black and white photographs ranging in size from 16 by 20 inches to 4 by 7 feet. This exhibit requires 230 to 300 linear feet. Next. The American Everglades. These powerful black and white images are portraits of the internal bond between man and nature. Clyde reveals its ecosystems in magnificent detail and fortifies the importance of clean water. He makes an unquestionable case for why we should care about its future. This exhibit includes 35 large-scale black and white photographs ranging from 26 by 30 inches to 5 by 9 feet. This exhibit requires 500 linear feet. We also provide white glove in-house delivery in the United States at additional cost. Next screen. This is Clyde's statement of how he feels about nature. You can read that on the next screen. And I just want to thank you all very much for having me here. This is my first time presenting. Clyde is magnificent, and wherever you have him, he will bring a lot of followers. If you feel free to please email me at teresa@clydebutcher.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Okay,
hi, everyone.
Georgina?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everyone. I'm Georgina Gomez with Gunther von Hagen's Body Worlds and Animal Inside Out. It's nice to see everyone. So Body Worlds, of course, is the original anatomical exhibition of real human and animal specimens. Due to some uncertainties and some changes in our schedule, we have some immediate availability. But first, I'll give you a quick overview on our exhibitions. Next slide, please. Body Worlds exhibitions each feature more than 100 real specimens, including whole body plasmids that have been preserved through plastination, a process invented by Dr. Gunther von Hagens. The real human specimens on display have been donated by individuals during their lifetime to the Institute for Plastination. Our exhibitions are specially themed and curated by physician Dr. Angelina Valli. Each takes a storytelling approach to teach about human health, anatomy, and life. Human anatomical exhibitions capture the imagination of visitors and provide a mesmerizing and memorable experience, inspiring healthy lifestyles, showing how our bodies function. Next slide, please. Animal Inside Out offers an eye-opening safari through the animal kingdom. The animals on display are shown in direct comparison to human specimens so that visitors can compare how similar and how different we are. 2 versions of this exhibition are available, and each features exotic and familiar animals like sharks, giraffes, and more. Next slide, please. In recent months, our exhibitions have continued to be well received and have been successfully operating where they have been allowed to reopen. They offer a hands-off, fully immersive experience where hard surfaces are easily cleaned. The educational displays complement STEM curriculums and come with educational guides. Our exhibitions can lend themselves to virtual field trips for schools that are unable to attend in person. As always, we offer turnkey exhibitions with full marketing materials, easy tie-ins for health and wellness sponsors. Next slide, please. In North America and select international markets, our 5,000 square foot Body Worlds RX exhibition is immediately available, and both Animal Inside Out and our larger Body Worlds exhibition at 8,000 to 10,000 square feet is available in the fall. For European and Asian and other international markets, our human and animal exhibitions are available in 2022. Last slide, please. I'm based in North America. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, or you can also contact my colleague in Germany, Karen Schussler. Thank you so much.
Hey, Jason.
Starting now. Fantastic. It's great to see everyone. I'm Jason Simmons. I'm very, very happy to be representing my new company, World Heritage Exhibitions. As I mentioned, we are a newer company, but our team has something like 60+ years of experience in this traveling exhibition business, and I hope you recognize some of the faces. I'm very excited to be announcing 2 brand new exhibitions today, both of which are making their world premieres this fall. And like many of the projects I've been associated with in the past, they feature stunning real artifacts with engaging storytelling. Next slide. The first exhibition is Ramses the Great and the Gold of the Pharaohs. This multi-sensory experience transports visitors back 2,300 years to ancient Egypt to explore the life and accomplishments of Ramses the Great. Next slide. Over 180 priceless artifacts, including royal masks, amulets, and ornate golden treasures, showcase the workmanship of ancient Egyptian artists. This is a 10,000+ square feet exhibition and will begin its 10-city international tour this November at a yet-to-be-announced location in North America. Next slide. Our next exhibition is Machu Picchu and the Golden Empires of Peru. This exhibition will examine the Andean societies that dominated South America for over 3,000 years. Next slide. Featuring 192 objects, including one of the most impressive collections of gold treasures to ever tour outside of Peru, visitors will unravel the mysteries of Andean cosmology and marvel at the sophistication of this ancient culture. This exhibition ranges from 9,000 to 11,000 square feet and will embark on a 10-city international tour this fall, beginning at the Boca Raton Museum of Art. Next slide. Both of these exhibitions do have some very limited availability, so please reach out if you're interested in hosting. Please note, as we are coming out of some challenging times, we are available and willing to take risk on all of our projects and offer little or no risk business models to our museum partners. So I also have some other projects I'd love to talk about, but nothing I can talk about here. So please, please, please reach out to me and let's have a talk and bring people back to museums. Thank you.
Okay, Anne-Marie.
Hi, I'm Anne-Marie Walsh from the Museum of the City of New York, and here are 3 of our available traveling exhibitions. Next slide, please. Jackie Robinson made history as the first African-American in Major League Baseball when he joined the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947. In the Dugout with Jackie Robinson showcases 31 black and white photographs, some of them never before seen by the public, along with 9 vintage look magazines in which they were published. This exhibition offers a behind-the-scenes look at Robinson, the athlete, civil rights advocate, and family man, and marks a pivotal point in the history of baseball and the fight towards racial equality. Next slide, please. During the late 1920s and 30s, architectural photographer Samuel H. Gottschall created a now classic portrait of New York as the quintessential modern metropolis. Gottschall surveyed a city that had been transformed by rising immigration, capitalism, and radical advances in transportation, communications, and building technologies. In the mythic city, 20 center panels containing photographic images and contextualizing narratives explore various themes, bringing us an iconic city that is both revelatory and dreamy, familiar and new. Next slide, please. Featuring vibrant and provocative works on paper and canvas, as well as artists' black books and photographs, City as Canvas explores the work of young graffiti writers in 1980s New York City, who went on to become well-known artists and ambassadors of the genre. And it marks the first time that many of the works in the collection of Martin Wong, an East Village artist and collector, have been publicly exhibited. Graffiti was and continues to be an important and evolving part of our popular culture, sparking dialogue about the nature of art and the role of art in public places. City as Canvas gives us unique insight into the burgeoning artistic movement that spawned a worldwide phenomenon, altering music, fashion, and popular visual culture for decades to come. Please feel free to reach out with any questions. Thank you.
Okay, Helene, back to Europe.
Hi,
My name is Hélène Wang. I am the Export Marketing Manager at UniverScience, Cité des Sciences et de l'Industrie, Palais de la Découverte in Paris. And I would like to present you our new exhibition on blue jean. Next slide, please. Jean exhibition is a new production of UniverScience and is currently on show in Paris. It will be available from spring 2022 for North America. The exhibition invites the public to discover every side of jeans. Next slide, please. In a setting that suggests a large workshop, visitors explore the different areas in turn, becoming historians, designers, top models, and educated consumers. Next slide, please. The exhibition aims to be both an informational resource on jeans and a commitment to inform visitors about the issue that jeans raise both from a production and consumption point of view. Criticized for their ecological impact, a symbol of overconsumption and industrial pollution, the economic government is a victim of its success. So what alternatives exist and what current research can help us purchase clean jeans? Next slide, please. Today, there are solutions for the ethical production, friendly to both the environment and worker welfare. And in this exhibition, we will see these new solutions. Next slide, please. The exhibitions come with a jean collection, and fabric is 6,000 square feet and is available from spring 2022. If you have more questions, please feel free to contact me. Thanks again for the ILE and TEM teams for setting up this forum.
Hi, my name is Kirsten Fallon. I am the exhibit coordinator for Dino Don Inc. Don sends his regrets, but since his Shark Tank appearance last week, he says he's too rich to talk to anyone. For those who didn't watch, we received a great deal of money from Mark Cuban expressly, so we could offer exhibitions without any fees to you, just gate share, to help you get back to financial health as soon as this winter. Next slide, please. We have hundreds of the largest and most accurate dinosaurs ever made, as well as Ice Age giants, dragons, and giant insects. We arrange them in exhibitions of 3,500 to 12,000 square feet, and they can go outside as well. Themed on evolution, extinction, and behavior, we uniquely combine them with fossil casts. Next slide, please. Here, designed with Heureka Science Center in Finland, where they broke Heureka's all-time attendance record. Next slide, please. We also feature real fossils, videos, and next slide, hands-on activities. Next slide, please. We can make the same no-fee terms for our unique 7,000 square feet Genghis Khan exhibition with live performers, role-playing, sets, videos, and hundreds of artifacts. Check us out at dinodoninc.com, and you can contact us on our contact page. Thank you very much for having us.
Hi, everyone.
Italy.
Hi, buonasera from Italy. I'm Iole Martinenghi from Contemporanea Progetti here in Florence, Italy, and I'm here to offer a special occasion and opportunity. As you can see in the slide, we are looking for a final partner on our final North American tour of our Sensational Nights exhibition. Due to a COVID-related cancellation, we have availability as of mid-October 2022 into 2023. Next slide, please. This has been an extremely popular exhibition with the public of all ages at all its previous venues, and now it is currently in Finland. Next slide, please. Our partner is the Museo Stibbert here in Florence, famous for its arms and armor collections. Next slide. It features medieval fanfare, jousting, mounted equestrian figures, outstanding suits of armor, elements of armor, helmets, swords, and other weapons. Next slide, please. In all, a very successful exhibition, a Renaissance fair type of exhibition that we can offer at a very affordable participation fee to any lucky venue that has availability in the fall 2022. Next slide, please. In closing, a quick preview of 2 new exhibitions coming soon. Out of India, Reflections of Different Worlds, available as of 2023, and Dayak, Headhunters of Borneo, coming soon. Thank you, and our important contact information, so please don't hesitate to reach me. Hope to hear from you soon.
Hi guys. I tried to find a quiet spot at San Diego Airport without having to resort to going into a bathroom stall. So yeah, forgive any extraneous noises you might hear, but at least it won't be flushing toilets. Next slide, please. So the big news at SC Exhibitions is that we are developing an as yet untitled Disney Centennial exhibition. It will launch in February of 2023. Disney, probably a company you know, it's turning 100 that year, and we're excited to partner with Disney Archives to produce it. It'll feature several galleries, hundreds of artifacts, glorious environment of sound and visuals, and it's going to be about 15,000 square feet, so not a small affair. It'll showcase stories and characters from the whole first century of the company all the way up to present day, and it will also include some of its recently acquired properties as well. Paula Sigmund Lowry is our fantastic curator. She's working with Disney Archives. They're collaborating with us, of course. And in her words, she says, it's thrilling to bring Disney's crown jewels, art, memorabilia, costumes, props, and one-of-a-kind treasures to public view and to explore the story of one of the world's most creative entertainment companies. Many of these objects have never before been seen outside the company's archival, animation, and Imagineering vaults. So yeah, it's gonna really kick ass. You guys are gonna love it. Everybody in the world is gonna love it. In fact, people are gonna love it so much that we're gonna make 2 copies of it. It's gonna open at the Franklin Institute. Yay, thanks, Abby. And that'll be in February of 2023. So if you're interested in it after that, like from fall of that year onward, let me know. And if you are not in the United States of America, let me know, because we will have another copy. Next slide, please. Right, where's Marvel Universe of Superheroes, of course, is doing awesome. It's out there touring currently at MSI, and it will be at COSI after that. So if you need a show starting October of 2022, let me know. I know I'm done. Next slide. Oh, next slide. What's the next slide? There we go. Oh yeah, so if you're interested in King Tut, Sea Imagine Exhibitions, they're the ones who are touring that show for us. Okay, I'm out of time. Thanks very much. There's my contact information. Hit me up.
Shawana.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Shawana. I'm with the Museum of Pop Culture in Seattle, Washington. Many of you have heard me talk about Minecraft before, but I did want to provide some updates and new availability for time slots. Next slide, please. For those of you who are unfamiliar or haven't heard me present on Minecraft before, it's an exhibition that celebrates the online phenomenon, looks at the game's impact on our culture and the world, and it's geared towards players and non-players, where we include immersive environments that transport visitors into the Minecraft world. This slide here, it covers what guests will experience when they enter the exhibition. Lots of films, photo ops, hands-on interactive. I know what you're thinking, hands-on during a pandemic. Well, even as we start to recover from the pandemic, I wanted to highlight that we have converted a lot of these hands-on interactives to be COVID safe, like turning the craft table to be motion censored rather than have folks pick up tiles with their hands. Next slide, please. We wanted to make this exhibition appealing to everyone, so even a non-player could grasp what the game was about. So of course, we have a ton of photo ops, 12 different ones, in fact, where people can stand next to them and take photos, like this Enderman mob here. Next slide, please. So Minecraft is unique that it has a dedicated education edition used by teachers in classrooms and homeschooling environments. There's a whole team at Microsoft that's dedicated to supporting the education edition. So educators in more than 115 countries use Minecraft for language arts, science, math, computer science, history and culture, art, design. There's 100 of lessons that are available, including like coding. And there's even a World Wildlife Fund content pack that includes a Minecraft world and standards-based lessons on biodiversity. Let's go to the next slide. So with Minecraft still being the top selling video game of all time across all platforms, the sales have topped 200 million copies, and there's over 226 million people that play it every month. So it's become very social exhibition. So naturally, we need to create more photo apps so folks can tag pictures, take pictures for the social aspect. Let's go to the last slide. So we believe that Minecraft will always be relevant, and the game is always evolving. It changes with what's going on in the world. So in terms of rental requirements and availability, the show takes about 5,000 to 7,000 square feet of space, and we have availability after Labor Day weekend of 2022. So please contact me. My information is at the bottom here if you'd like more information. Thank you so much, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Carrie from the Magic House. Let's go ahead and just jump right in by going to the next slide. So these photos on this slide do not do this exhibit any justice, but they were all that I had available at the time we had to submit, because our Namaste India brand new exhibit actually opened yesterday here at the Magic House. So we have new photos on our website and on our social media page for you to check out. But we are so thrilled to welcome Namaste India to our cultural exhibit lineup that the Magic House has created, that also features the cultures of Argentina, China, and Kenya. And so in a time when there's such a need for cultural empathy and understanding, we were excited to add another really, really unique culture to our lineup. So all of our exhibits are created for a 2,500 square foot gallery, but because there are some connections with different types of exhibits we have, if you have a larger gallery, we can also explore hosting more than one at a time. So for example, with our cultural series, you might pick between 1 and 4 potentially that you could give, have your visitors explore. All of these cultural exhibits really focus on what life is like for children in the individual country. Let's jump into the next slide, because I want to talk a little bit about our STEM-based experiences. We have 2 STEM-focused exhibits that are created in partnership with the Jim Henson Company. The first being our Splash and Bubbles exhibit, which is inspired by the TV show. And if you go to the next slide, we also have an exhibit based on Dinosaur Train, very, very popular, still getting some of the highest ratings on PBS for this show, because gosh, when you combine dinosaurs and trains, it's just the perfect combination. So we are excited to offer those if you want to jump into the next slide, as well as some additional outside of our Henson and our cultural series, and always new things coming down the path. So be sure to visit our website, magichouse.org/traveling exhibits. And I appreciate learning more about your exhibits as we also host. Thanks so much.
Okay,
Good afternoon. Oh.
The second Carrie.
Another Carrie. Good afternoon. It's nice to see everyone. My name is Carrie O'Keefe. I'm Director of Business Development for Exhibits Development Group and CultureNet Exchange. Next slide, please. I'm thrilled to announce our latest industry game changer with the New Mexico-based Electric Playhouse. Be prepared to bring some of the most cutting-edge digital experiences to your institution. We can tailor immersive experiences to fit your venue, special events, and special exhibitions. Stay tuned this summer for an invitation to our webinar to learn more about Electric Playhouse project, including purchase and lease options. Next slide, please. It is the Year of the Dinosaur at EDG, offering all types of dinosaur exhibitions available to fit your institution's needs. Everything from real fossils, life-size models, indoor, outdoor animatronic dinosaurs to interactive displays. Truly, we have it all. We have availability as early as this summer, 2021. Next slide, please. New to our portfolio is Exhibition Dinosaur Rise of Mammals. This exhibition is the second in our trilogy of highly successful Stage 9 prehistoric exhibits, and it will premiere next Thursday, June 3rd at Da Vinci Science Center in Allentown, Pennsylvania, followed by the Bishop in Honolulu, Hawaii. There's availability in 2022. Next slide, please. Another addition to our portfolio is Exhibition Dinosaur Outdoor Adventure. It has been in the development since 2017, and the pandemic made it necessary. The flexible experience combines 9 life-size animatronic dinosaurs with lifelike sounds, movements, as well as interactive stations. Next slide, please. And last but not least, Culture Net Exchange has undoubtedly become the biggest game changer in the museum and exhibition world. We have recycled and upcycled countless shipping containers and semi-trucks of idle assets. If you have something to get rid of, contact us today. And finally, EDG will be hosting our annual Client and Partner Appreciation Party, not in person, but virtually. This year, we're giving an all expense paid trip getaway to a destination you wouldn't want to miss. And yes, it's a business trip to boot. But you must be present to win, so RSVP today. Cheers to AAM and the musing cultural community, and we hope to see you soon. Thanks.
Okay, Corrado.
Yes, here we are. Hello, Corrado Canonici, World Touring Exhibitions. Good night, actually, from Europe. We have operated for about 20 years in the field of culture, education, and entertainment, with the last 10 dedicated to touring exhibitions, which we produce and provide worldwide. Our wide offer ranges from animatronics, space, science, to fashion, Lego, and popular culture. All the exhibitions are by now COVID safe. Next slide, please. The first one we'd like to present today is The Art of Interactive Digital, which was initially conceived to start its life in 2020, but COVID has aggressively decided differently. So we are now planning for an early 2022 opening. The Art of Interactive Digital is about highlighting the power of digital art through 20 interactive points. Next one, please. The exhibition aims to present digital art to a wide audience through the use of entertaining as well as artistic scenes. It'll be available to tour, including the Americas, of course, from early 2022 onwards. Next slide. Our second exhibition is 3D Without Your Eyes, currently in the US. The exhibition is very popular and features 30 scenes hand-painted by 3D artists. This is one of our few exhibitions which has never stopped touring for the whole pandemic, which is quite exceptional, I have to say. And we nickname it Instagram Paradise because basically the pictures you take to see the 3D effect are usually shared on social media, which creates an interesting self-promoting effect, which also serves to an important purpose, which is bringing to the attention of different audiences, new audiences, actually the world of exhibition and museums. We are available to tour the Americas from August 2022. Next one, please. Our offices are in London, UK and Rotterdam, the Netherlands. To celebrate our 20th anniversary in the business, which is this year, we are currently acquiring 2 exhibitions featuring original 17th, 18th century paintings by major Dutch painters. This is our company's opening towards art exhibitions, and we are very much looking forward to it. Thanks very much to everybody.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks to TEN and ILE for putting this on. I'm actually on vacation right now, but boy, I'd rather be in Chicago with everyone else. So next slide, please. We were to focus on recent availability. Next slide, please. So our Willard Wiggin exhibit is available for the fall. This is a small exhibit, about 2,000 square feet, very interactive, has some media, has some really cool artifacts. Next slide, please. What we like to say about this exhibit is that the story is even better than the artifacts, and the artifacts are absolutely amazing. The story tells about Willard Wiggin overcoming dyslexia and Asperger's syndrome and literally a childhood full of ridicule. With the support from his mother, he became a world-renowned and very accomplished artist. How accomplished? Glad you asked that. Next slide, please. This is the world's smallest handmade sculpture. So if you look at the small dot on the left, and if you're looking on a 22-inch monitor, which is probably what most of us have at our desk, that dot is actually 30 times larger than in reality. The piece on the right shows you that sculpture. That is an infant in womb sitting down into a piece of hollowed out, like a dugout canoe, hair stubble. So absolutely amazing sculpture. Next slide, please. Here's my hard sales pitch. If you get an exhibit from Ripley's Entertainment, we'll take 40 or 50 years off your life. So we're also a consumer. We're always looking for unique exhibits for our aquariums, small, 2,000 square feet, and we take them for 1 to 3 years at a time. Stay safe, everyone. Thanks.
Okay, we'll move on to Nicholas.
Yes, good greetings to all and congratulations for everyone involved for putting this together once again. Next slide, please. The American Images collection features masterpieces of illustration art assembled over more than 4 decades, and is one of the largest such collections in the world. It includes the largest collection of artworks by Maxfield Parrish, the second largest collection of Norman Rockwell, and the largest J.C. Leyendecker collection, as well as artworks by Howard Pyle, who was the father of American illustration, N.C. Wyeth, Charles Dana Gibson, James Montgomery Flagg, Jesse Wilcox Smith, and over 150 others. Illustration art is created to be reproduced in books, advertisements, and periodicals. Illustration is a communicative tool, clarifying and defining our understanding of the world. Because of its use in commercial, military, and political applications, illustration art also serves as a reservoir of our social and cultural history. Consequently, the American Images Collection is a visual record of American civilization. In other words, it's our history in images. The collection includes original artworks, prints, significant memorabilia, vintage materials, artifacts such as Rockwell's first paint box and Parrish's stippling paint brushes, and a plethora of photographic materials. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. In its entirety, the collection has over 3,000 original works, allowing us to easily work around themes and curate our own custom design projects. For example, some of the many American themes we may explore are holidays, the 4 seasons, love, family, celebrations, athletics, landscapes, and even more. In other words, it's an absolute candy store for curators. Next page, please. Here you will see some of our other offerings, including Toulouse-Lautrec, M.C. Escher, Man Ray, Keith Haring, and a new collection, Bob Dylan, which we are now circulating. Next slide, please. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have further questions about our offerings. Thank you.
Okay, and for our next to last presentation, we'll go to New Zealand.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Liz Hay. I'm from Te Papa, the National Museum of New Zealand. Thank you so much, Mac and the TENS group. Very much appreciate seeing everybody. I'd just like to make a special shout out to Jodie and to Kathy. I think that's something over 50 years of joint service and experience in our industry, and it's an astonishing record. I asked, next slide please, to present Bug Lab, which is our exhibition which we did in collaboration with a movie studio, Weta Workshop. I thought I had a gap in 2023, but actually that's now been filled. Next slide, please. So if you're interested in an exhibition that is done, which is cinematic, magical, immersive, is not narrated by humans, but by the bugs themselves, and really explains the genius and the way in which the genius of bugs and how we apply that in our own STEM science, please talk to me. Quick heads up, Te Papa will be bringing our next natural history exhibition to you in 2023. I can't reveal too much yet, but if you're interested and want to sign an NDA, do talk to me. Just enough to say that we will break new ground in terms of how we integrate Western science, bodies of knowledge, and Indigenous world views and knowledge. It's something that Te Papa does uniquely and very well, and it makes for very exciting exhibits. The other thing to mention is that Te Papa is working with our local government, and we will be programming a large new exhibit hall directly opposite Te Papa. It will open in 2023. So we're looking for very popularist blockbusters. Our criteria will be, will a couple or a family fly from Sydney for a weekend of culture, excitement, and food in Wellington? So send us your biggest hits. My email address, I'll put it on the chat, but it's Liz H, or you can just do the next slide if you like, lizh@tepapa.govt.nz. Next slide. There it is. I look forward to seeing you all in person very much. Thank you, Mac.
Okay, and we'll make it now to our final presentation, and then Cynthia will let us know how we will proceed from that point forward. So Mia, you get the last 2 minutes.
I'm so excited that I snuck in under the wire. Thanks, everyone. I'm Mia Nelson. I'm the founder of Outhouse Exhibit Services. Next slide, please. Outhouse continues to focus on accessible traveling exhibit options, both visitors and our institution partners. One of the ways in which we accomplish this is by providing natural history-based temporary installations with the added option of living collections whenever possible. Our butterfly exhibition experience is our prime example of this. These temporary freestanding enclosures can be installed outdoors for a seasonal garden experience or indoors to accommodate an off-season time slot. In every instance, live butterflies are the feature of the exhibit. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. A new partnership with the International Wolf Center has led to the launch of their traveling exhibition, Wolves and Wild Lands. This exhibit focuses on the complex relationship between wolves and people and highlights some of the more endangered species. The new tour launches this fall and we have openings in winter 2022 and beyond. Next slide, please. Monarchs and Milkweed, a story of survival, takes the visitor on a journey into the world of butterflies and plants and focuses on the complex relationship between monarchs and their host plant, the milkweed. This exhibit explores how the very survival of these species has been shaped over time by one another and follows the progression of both through a cycle of 4 seasons, excuse me. The exhibit also provides a platform for exploring the unique place monarchs have in conservation initiatives, the specific challenges monarchs face, and the ability to provide inclusivity in the biodiversity of their habitats. There's an optional lepidarium of live butterflies that may or may not be included within this exhibition. Next slide, please. Spotlight on pollination, which features greatly enlarged pollinator and plant and animal spotlight pairings. 5 groupings with more than 15 spotlight pairings can be placed throughout the grounds of any facility. The design parameters have been specifically created to build in flexibility for many different scenarios. The exhibit elements and storylines are at home in conservatories. Plants and their pollinators can be featured. Butterfly enclosures, where the importance of winged pollinators can be the focus, or outdoor natural settings, such as prairie restorations, hiking trails, or open air pollinator gardens. Next slide, please. We have several other great exhibits that are available for near term. We're of course also offering incentives to our museum partners. Thanks so much. Next slide has my contact information and I wish you all the best.
Okay, well, I would thank all of the presenters that we just got a mountain of new information and some very interesting presentations. There's something that I have been sort of getting implicitly from many of you of the challenges of the current situation in the museum world. But it is clear that the traveling exhibition world is going to continue to be an important part of our industry. And certainly even in these tough times, you all have been doing some pretty darn interesting things. And we've been pleased to join with TEN to host this next, or not, I won't say next, this current virtual conference. And who knows what's going to happen, but Aztec has already said they're going to be online in the fall. So we may be doing this yet again. Anyway, thanks a lot. Take a look at the ILE website if you want to post your exhibits, so take a look at the exhibits there. And Cynthia, you can now tell us what the rest of the world is going to do.
Yeah, I have a couple of announcements. So before you guys go anywhere, one, I failed to mention, we have 3 people from our Traveling Exhibit Network board that are going to be rolling off and hopefully joining us for another term. So I just want to thank our friends, Debbie Donahue, Sarah Myers, and Heather Farnworth for all of your service for the Traveling Exhibit Network. We will be holding elections. All of that communication will be coming through the American Alliance of Museums. So we will also be putting that out on LinkedIn. So as we get more information about exactly what that looks like, we will send that out to you and make sure that you are all informed. Also, there were so many wonderful presentations that we did not get to today. And we have all of those available. So we're going to be making all of those available and sending those out in a follow-up email. So please check those out. I'm sure you probably already saw in the chat, the Science Museum of Minnesota has a wonderful new exhibit called Skin, but there are so many more. Our response to this forum was overwhelming. And so we want to make sure that we're also putting the spotlight on all of those wonderful exhibits. So we will show all of those, as well as make the presentation available, make the presenter list available, and we will send all of this out.